What is going on, guys? DBG here, and lads, there's 8 days left in season 3, so I think we can confidently talk about this season right now, and how, in my opinion, even if 2K do go and completely decide, you know what, screw it, we're back in work, why this has been the worst season of NBA 2K22 MyTEAM, and the reasons why I personally believe it's the worst, so that at least when the devs are back into work, maybe they can put this into further seasons. Because at the end of the day, I know there are devs watching this video right now. There are devs that are watching a lot of the videos that I put out. And I know blindly ranting on Twitter is not going to do anything. And also, I think blindly ranting, I'm all kind of ranted out at this stage. Like, look, at the end of the day, I do kind of care about the game being in its best position, and blindly ranting is not going to do anything. So, first of all, I'm going to explain some of the things I liked about this season. Clutch time. A mid-season Dom was kind of cool. The problem with Domination is that the rewards were terrible. And Manu's okay. Manu is fine. If Manu was the top reward, it'd be fine. But what they kind of needed was something like, instead of, see when you got the group 6, or instead of these like final packs, because if you guys don't know, we got like 10, 20, 30 tokens. We got 60 tokens for 5 of these. I'm sorry, a flash pack is not worth the 20 tokens. And you guys can see it here. And none of these packs are worth 30 tokens, by the way. And like you have 10, 20, 30 tokens, which is a crazy amount. So when it came to the final games, and for every one of these you got the MT. I'm cool with the MT. I really am cool with the MT, but like something we should always see. If you're giving us a domination at this stage, look, packs are packs. Packs are packs. And like packs, a pack from September and a pack from October. 2 packs from October. A pack from the like 5th of November and another pack from November. 2 packs from November. 1 pack from early December, 1 pack from November. 2 packs from October. And a pack from October, or say a pack from September and a pack from October. A pack from October and a pack from November. Like, these packs were terrible. But either way, that's not the point. The point is that packs are packs. There should have been a card here. There should have been a card where the Mystic pack was. Give us a diamond, or it doesn't even need to be diamond, pink diamond. Amethyst to a diamond Evo card. And then when we locked in for when we got all 6 of these guys evoed, Amethyst to Diamond, they can be difficult enough. Just like with the very first Domination and the second Domination, you got a whole bunch of these cards. You got all these cards. We don't need, obviously, all the gold cards. We don't need all the basketballs and stuff. But like when we evoed every one of these cards, we got diamonds. Like we got 4 free diamonds as far as I'm aware for completing Historic Domination. Whereas we got nothing except for the final player for this one. So there's no reason why we shouldn't have gotten 6 Amethyst to Diamond Evo cards, and then you evoed all them up for a Diamond to Pink Diamond Evo card. Which meant that Manu Ginobili, even if you didn't like Manu Ginobili, you were getting a second free Pink Diamond for it. And I think if that was the case, rather than the entire community being backlash for this game mode, it would actually have been a positive thing. So I actually think the idea of bringing in a domination, I think that something like this may not happen, because I think 2K thought, okay, we were bringing in Spotlight Sims in mid-season, and people were delighted about that in previous years. So let's bring in a domination mid-season rather than at the start, which I kind of understand, because normally 2K give us all of this stuff at the start of the season, and it kind of bombards us. We have stuff to do for like a week, and then we have nothing else. So like I understand their thought process about the domination mid-season, and I like the idea of the domination mid-season. However, it was executed pretty much as badly as it could have been executed. In fact, the rewards were worse than the previous domination. And look, Manu's fine. He's not ass, but he's not great either. Look, like there were cards for 10,000 MT that were better than Manu Ginobili when he came out. So look, I know there are the, like, I'm not going to call them 2K shills. They're the people that don't there are 2 sides when it comes to like the reasoning. There are the ultra negative that will complain about everything, and I don't necessarily see myself in that category. Yes, I'm more negative than the average person, but at the same time, at least I will give a reason for it. And these are my reasonings for why I didn't like this Domination. But I think a couple of adjustments bringing in Domination's got to do. And then there are the 2K can do no wrong crew, where everything has to be a positive. Where people are like, when people are like, oh, there's nothing to do, they're like, oh, you can go play Domination. And then someone's just like, why would I play Domination when there's an Eddie Jones for 10,000 MT? Why would I play 15 hours of Domination when I can get a better card for 10k? Which is completely understandable. However, I think even if you gave a bunch of cards to get on the way, like you're not even playing this game mode for card collecting purposes or even for tokens. There's not that many tokens involved. There's not much MT involved, and there's not much in terms of card collecting in this game mode. So for me, there's no real reason why any player should play it other than to kill some time, which is a bad thing because I think there just needs to be reasons to play every mode. So that is one of the things that is a positive but a negative at the same time. Clutch time. Brilliant game mode. Brilliant game mode. The fact you need 50 wins and it goes to wheel spin, I'm actually okay with that. However, the wheel spin rewards are pitiful. They are pitiful. It is impossible to profit in this game mode unless you are running with gold players or lower, and you still might make a loss with 5 gold players. Actually, no, you won't. Sorry. Unless you are running with gold players or diamond contract team, you are making a loss on this game mode because of how ass these wheels are. The wheels need to be doubled. Honestly, they need to be doubled. Because, like, if you're saying, oh, the wheels definitely don't need to be doubled. Dude, the highest MT value we can get on this is 250 MT. Double that to 500. Double the lowest MT value to 300. Because it takes like 6-7 minutes to play a game. Double the tokens from like 5 to 10. And then keep all the high prizes the same. And, again, I hate RNG rewards. But look, some people like them. I understand why they're there. Yes, it pisses people off. It pisses me off a lot. I do understand why RNG rewards are there because it makes it feel like there is more to do in the game. If 2K brings out an RNG reward, a player can spend an infinite amount of time playing the game mode if they're looking for that reward. Yes, it brings in a lot of frustration into players, and yes, I think it is kind of short-term thinking. Not kind of short-term, I think it's incredibly short-term thinking. Because they saw the hype of a Terry Dishinger and are trying to bring back the Terry Dishinger hype. That's never going to happen again. It's not going to happen again. Terry Dishinger was kind of the first time where the RNG reward was one of the best cards in the game. And it's happened so many times last year where people just stopped caring. I don't know what type of stunt they tried to pull beyond level 40. Like, the only reason anyone is ever going to do beyond level 40, like, a lot of people are saying, oh, we're just going to get a Hall of Fame badge. And that's fair enough. But, like, beyond level 40 agendas, I'm cool with the beyond level 40 agendas taking as long as they do. Like, these are not easy. Step 1 is not easy. Step 2, play 5 unlimited games. Like, you are playing at least 3 hours. Like, each of these steps is at least 3 hours. So this is like 15 hours. This is like longer than Domination. You're getting a bum. Unless you are getting Dan Marley, you're getting a bum. And I'm sorry, if you're playing all of these hours for a Hoff badge? Man, we're getting another one to start next season for free. Hoff badges are going to become worth less and less. Trust me. They're worth a little bit now, but unless you get Interceptor, unless you get like range, it's not worth anything. These RNG cards, I've already getting angry enough. They're garbage. I don't know why it says I'm 27-46. I'm like 13-5. But I'm still not great, but not 27-46. I'm pretty sure at one time I was like 190 and 50. And it said I was like 1-30 or something in this game. But yeah, Unlimited, look, it is what it is. Showdown tier, Unlimited is the game mode that it is. I think it's flawed. I think it's extremely flawed. Limited is what it is. Like, I've already kind of gone in on that enough. Limited is what it is. Unlimited is what it is. There's been nothing really great about any of these modes. Draft, I mean, 2K have completely killed. 2K killed the draft mode day one when they made sure that you couldn't get good cards in the draft, and that it also costs real money once your draft tokens are gone. Like, they killed the draft day one, and like, look, I highly doubt this mode is even in the game. And from their perspective, I highly doubt this mode was meant to be anything other than a gimmick from 2K's perspective. And I think it probably served its purpose bringing in some new players day one, but the mode sucks. Again, I said it before the game came. I said it when it was announced. The fact that I thought draft mode was going to they were going to spend enough time working on draft mode and then keep these two garbage game modes the same, and they did. So, look, I like what they changed in Season 2 for Unlimited, but I still think it is probably the worst progression game mode of any sports game. Worst main game mode of any sports game. Then clutch time, again, I enjoyed mode. I have fun playing clutch time. I'm going to say this right now, I have fun playing 2K, and a lot of it is clutch time. A lot of it is clutch time. So, in terms of the challenges, I like the Steph Curry challenges. That is a positive. I like the Steph Curry challenges. But one of the kind of annoying things is that this game has nothing to do with basketball anymore. Like, this pickup challenge is probably the worst thing ever they've ever brought into the game. Like, this game has nothing to do with basketball, in my opinion, anymore. Because back in the day, we used to get, like, free cards based on how players did in real life. Even from 2K14, if a player would have a big game in real life, maybe they give them a card. Or if they played well in real life, they would get, like, an updated card. Even in 2K15, they gave out emerald cards. We got challenges for these certain players. However, they've really kind of stopped on that. And it's because, obviously, they had planned to put Steph Curry in the Christmas drop. So I think the devs may have thought, we're putting in a Galaxy Opal Stephen Curry in the Christmas drop, so we're not going to give out a free Stephen Curry. Whereas I think if you look bigger picture rather than smaller picture, the smaller picture is we need to sell more packs this week. If you look bigger picture and you had this Steph Curry and you honestly made him a diamond, he evoed to diamond with no defense. That card would not be... He evoed to diamond with no defense and 35 dunk. Every single new player who bought the game on Christmas would be hyped about this Steph Curry. And also, he was nowhere near as good as the good Steph Curry. So anyone who's going to open packs with Steph was going to open packs with Steph anyway. Because it's the better Steph Curry. Like, the 92 Steph Curry isn't stopping people from opening packs with 97. I think that's what 2K kind of did, because this was well before they went on vacation. Like, they took a holiday, the devs, which is completely understandable. This is well before that. I think they really missed the mark on here with Season 3. I think it was a literal, I don't know, Isaiah Thomas passed the ball to Larry Bird. Steph Curry's Isaiah Thomas, 2K or Larry Bird. He passed the ball directly to Larry Bird from the inbound. They had a chance to make a historically good play, but instead of making it, they blew the layup. Or did Larry pass it? Or was it Larry? I think it was Larry. Did Larry pass someone else? I don't even remember that play. The Boston Celtics, you guys know what, a few of you guys know what play I'm talking about. And they went and pulled and then suddenly Larry Bird passed it to Brandon Knight, and Brandon Knight did a Brandon Knight and missed a wide open layup for the game. That's kind of what 2K did. But if we look back at Season 1, there were, like, Season 1, the game should always progress season on season on season. We should get better content as the seasons go on. If we look at Season 1, there was an agenda card, season agendas, where we had to play one weekend, we had to play a bunch of unlimited games, and we got this card right here. We got James Harden for Season 1, who was still in my squad until the start of the season. I love this card. He was a really good player, and he's still more than usable today. And then if you went to lifetime agendas, you had, to start off the game, we had the Luka Doncic lifetime agendas, where we completed all of these. Again, I'm not completing either of these. I'm not doing it for Luka Doncic. And you had to play all the challenges. Look, the challenges took a long time. There was a freaking Luka Doncic in day one. Like, if you really want Luka, I'm cool with it. But, like, there needs to be more of this. Maybe a lot of people didn't play. And the only reason I can see maybe it not happening more of is maybe the engagement was low. Maybe the engagement was low on these challenges. But the reason why the engagement was low on these challenges is because they combined playing a ton of the game and paying money. I think if Luka Doncic was, if these two things weren't in the set, a lot more people would have Luka Doncic. I think I would have Luka Doncic. I would have played the Spotlight challenges. But there's also an awful lot of playing to do, which isn't even that bad, but it's just, it's playing and paying. And I think when 2K combine the two of them, it's a recipe for disaster. I think it's always a recipe for disaster. But then also this season we had Darryl Griffith. We had the Diamond Darryl Griffith and we had the Diamond DeAndre Jordan. So we had a concept that I really, really liked, and it was like, score a bunch of points or do a bunch of things to get like a lower overall version. And then you do something with that lower overall version to get a higher overall version. And then in the end, you get a highest overall version. So it's like what FIFA used to do in, I don't remember what they were called, but we had in FIFA, there was like an Atal. It was like, score X amount of goals in a game mode with French players and you get FUT Birthday at Tal. And then score 20 goals of FUT Birthday at Tal, and you get a 91 overall at Tal. And then you do something with 91 overall at Tal, and you would get the final at Tal, who is like a 95 overall striker, one of the best players in the game. Something like that. That's what 2K have done here. It was like a different way to do Evo cards, and I really enjoyed this concept. I really did enjoy this concept. And even putting something like, you know, the Steph Curry challenges. Maybe you make these Steph Curry challenges a lifetime agenda, and you can complete all these challenges, and each individual challenge gets you like gets the final things. But when you complete them all, you would have gotten like an Evo Steph Curry or something like that, or a Diamond Steph Curry. Something like that would have been so good, and they just missed the mark. They just slightly missed it because, and that's the thing, everything 2K have done this season is slightly missing the mark. I'll talk a little bit later about some of the stuff they completely screwed up on. But there's reasons for it, so I don't think there's much point absolutely ranting about it, because at the end of the day, I know this video is going to be watched, and me ranting about stuff not being in the game when it couldn't be in the game because they went on vacation. Look, I'm not a completely unreasonable person. I'm not going to complain. Like, there are, in the grand scheme of things, would it have been like an entire section of a game? Like, would we have, honestly, I'm not even going to complain about anything internally. I just would have rather known before I made all the rant videos, when it turns out I would have just rather known before it all that they were on vacation. I would have rather heard when they went on vacation saying, look, Tuesday and Friday content only from X date until X date. And then we all kind of would have, it's not that we all would have been happy, there still was going to be a very small minority of the crazies that would have been angry about it all, but the anger would have went towards, I don't know who, like, there are people that are completely unreasonable, would have been angry about it, but I think the way it went and people not knowing anything made even people that were reasonable angry, because we just saw nothing. So yeah, that is something that is very, very disappointing, and it's just the way they implemented it. Clutch time, look, the wheel and Michael Redd being on the wheel, it's annoying, but I don't think clutch time was implemented that badly. I think giving us 2 pink diamond bums who have less combined Hall of Fame badges than a couple of day one rubies was not a good look. They are actual bums. Like, there's the only good thing about these, you don't even have to play the game modes anymore because they're that ass. And I'm trying to think what else there is with this season, because a lot of it are things beyond level 40. Again, it would be a good idea, but the cards suck. Like, beyond level 40 last season would have been good if we could get Paul Silas. But you're like, oh, you're only going to get the pink diamonds. It's like the only card that's not a garbage man in beyond level 40 is Andre Drummond. I understand people are like, oh, they're challenges, you don't have to do them. And I completely understand that. But there's nothing that's worth anything. Like, no, why would anyone do these challenges? I'm sorry, why would any player do these challenges? I love how these are called NBA 75th plus moments, but actually I haven't seen a moment since the card in so long. But unless you are just so bored out of your damn mind, why would anyone do these challenges for Andre Drummond? Like, it's at least 15 hours to do these challenges. You can get 4 runs through the draft in 15 hours if you're good at the game. You could get through 4 runs of the draft, and believe me, like most people are getting Andre Drummond in that. I don't think anyone wants this bum big country, and I don't think anyone wants the bum Keith Van Horn. And I don't care what people say, Keith Van Horn's a bum. Like, I would have completed it. If Michael Redd was in Beyond Level 40, I would have completed it. But he's the only decent card that's in it other than Dan Marley. And look, most people play Limited. Like, most people play Limited because they enjoy playing Limited on weekends. Most people are on track to get Dan Marley anyway. And there's no point playing for the half patch because Beyond Level 40 takes so long. Like, I would be completely fine with Beyond Level 40 taking long if it wasn't a terrible pack. Like, Cliff Hagan. Like, Cliff Hagan, Brian Reeves is not as good as Wang Jiji. Keith Van Horn is not as good as Jonathan Isaac. Cliff Hagan is not as good as Eddie Jones. Andre Drummond is is barely better than, is not even as good as Bill Walton. I'm going to stand by it. He's not even as good as Bill Walton. And Dan Marley's spectacular, but most people are going to get the limited reward anyway. Most people get it every month. Like, this was a good, the Beyond Level 40 concept is really good. And I kind of like the idea of this being the reward. But this needs to be a reward for Beyond Level 40. It needs to be a reward, not the reward. Because in all reality, if most of us wanted to, we could have had all 5 of these. And I understand what they were thinking. Their idea was really good. Maybe if people can get level 40, they should be allowed to get a card maybe that they weren't lucky enough to get. And I understand that concept. But that should be, I don't know, the reward for Beyond Level 40, Step 4. Beyond Level 40, Step 4 should be all of these. And I get it. They can't give it out until Dan Marley comes out. Maybe make Beyond Level 40 Final Step. Maybe put out, say, Step 5 and Final Step on the same day. Just hypothetical situation. Hypothetical situation. All of these, and then there is a Final Step and a Step 4. Step 4, or Step 5, gets you this card. And then there's going to be a Final Step, which is a couple more challenges. And you get an extra card and a new Galaxy Opal, kind of like what you did in NBA 2K21, where you brought out Blake Griffin, who is in fact arguably better than the Luka Doncic. Arguably better than the Luka Doncic. So Beyond Level 40 only works if the things beyond Level 40 are good, and they're not good. But Beyond Level 40 is a good concept. It is a good idea. It is something to do for XP grinders past Level 40. However, the rewards are not worth it for people that don't like grinding just to grind. So, good idea. I'm not even going to say execute it incredibly badly, because if both of those orangey pink diamonds were brilliant, I think people will be a little bit more happy about it. It was a good idea, not executed spectacularly. Domination mid-season. Good idea executed terribly. The Steph Curry challenges, which was another thing, a good idea, executed pretty well, but what should have been the definingly good moment of the season was okay. Things like Christmas codes obviously became a lot better than they were because of the auction house bots. Like, the auction house bots making this season interesting is crazy. Like, something not even controlled by 2K was probably the most interesting that happened this season. And then, again, obviously, no moments cards, no agendas. Like, I don't know if it was possible for them to put out agenda cards when they were on vacation. If it was possible and they didn't do it, then I'm sitting there like, oh, that was a very much missed opportunity. But again, like, we haven't seen, if you guys don't know, other than, like, last season we saw the win streak cards and we saw Terry Rozier. If you remember last year, there used to be a situation where you had to complete a load of challenges and you got a card in like the season agendas. We had so many of them. From season 3 we had Iman Shumpert, we had Drew Holiday. In season 4 we had a load of moments cards. When moments cards came out, we had a load of moments agendas. In season 5 last year we had all the ones, like we had the Play My Team, which came out every Monday. Then we also had every Friday we got a whole bunch of, we got Monday, we got one Play My Team and one agenda card, like a certain amount of things. Then every Friday we got another one player where we had to do a certain amount of things with them, and that kind of kept the game fresh. In season 6, every single Thursday we got an agenda player, which was cool. Or was it Thursday? Oh, every Friday we got them, sorry. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we got clues. I actually kind of liked that part of season 6. Season 6 left a bad taste on it, but I didn't mind. There were a lot of good things in that season, but it was overall a bad season. As well as that, then season 7 we had one pretty much every second day. But like, we haven't had any like exclusive locker code players, moments players, like low overall players that could be usable. Like, we haven't seen even like a random amethyst player locker code, stuff like that. So it's been tough. It has been really tough to bring people into the game, and I understand they're on vacation, but there are a lot of things that I don't personally think anything was done particularly well this season. Like, I think there were some decent ideas, and I think that prior to the season, 2K probably thought a lot of the stuff they were going to do was going to work. And I think there are a lot of good ideas. I think the execution was bad. I think the execution was bad, and that's kind of why I'm most disappointed. Like, about the moments cards things look completely understandable. They went on vacation. Is it annoying as a content creator that they did it? Yeah. But at the end of the day, like and I understand why players are annoyed that we got nothing. But at the end of the day, like, look, there are humans working on the game. They have to take some time off. Like, they're not robots, so look, you can't get annoyed at any of them. But everything that was done was executed badly. Christmas codes, fine. Here are the Christmas codes. They're a thing every year. But, like, the most interesting thing of this entire season was the bot. Was the auctioneer's bot. And you know it's a bad season when a freaking auction house bot is the most interesting thing that has happened in the game. And I've been kind of looking at, again, I look at analytics constantly because this channel is about talking about the game mode of MyTEAM. We talk about MyTEAM here. We talk about the good things in MyTEAM. We talk about the bad things in MyTEAM. We talk about the game mode. That is what this channel is. Like, again, there's a reason why the ultra positive crew dislike me. There's a reason why equally as many people dislike me as like me in terms of people that watch me, because I just literally talk about a game mode and have strong opinions about it. But at the end of the day, I look up every single analytic, and MyTEAM spiked a little bit at Christmas and it stayed for a few days, and now it's starting to trend downwards again. And I've been looking at other years. It's had a bigger dip this year post Christmas than any other year, and I know exactly the reason why. Because, like, at the start of the last year, when all the new Christmas players came in, they had Baron Davis that came out the week after Christmas, and I know it was very difficult to get Baron Davis if you're playing before Christmas, but a lot of people did kind of grind their asses off for that Baron Davis. There was something to do. And then we got then they came out with like super packs for idols and the final lock-in reward for Chris Webber. Then after that, the next week was the start of the new season. I think another thing that's been a real problem was the seasons now have to be built around Park and MyTEAM. And I think that as the year goes on, it's going to take a real bad effect in MyTEAM. Because last year, there were certain times in the year, like the 4-week season in Full Throttle was needed. The 5-week season in Age of Heroes was perfect timing. I didn't like the 6-week glitchality. I think once it got to January, the 6-week seasons just were too long. And the fact that every season has to be 6 weeks because they're now seasons in Park, I think is going to be a massive negative in MyTEAM. That I think I mentioned it at the very start, but I don't think people noticed it. And everyone in my comment section was just saying I was complaining about stuff for no reason, when 99% of stuff I complained about in the dev blog have been problems or have been fixed completely, like Unlimited, TTO the 100, some other stuff. But I'm not worried about the state of MyTEAM. I know for a fact if the devs were physically there, we would have got more content. But the fact that some of the stuff they did while they were there was so off the mark means I'm not as confident as I have been in previous years about the game rebounding to the stage where it has. I'm going to keep an eye on trends. I'm going to keep doing whatever the hell I can to make this mode relevant to people, to make people care about it. But sure, look, I only go as far as there are people playing the mode, and I don't like looking at trends. It doesn't look like that many people are playing the mode, and I don't even think it's that much to do with the lack of packs, because the pack content we've gotten is good. But like Tuesday packs aren't even that bad. These super packs are not even that bad. Even though the cards we specifically got on Tuesdays aren't good, the super packs aren't that bad. But I just think this season has, for its time, has been the worst MyTEAM season there has ever been. And outside of the clutch time game mode, and I think it wasn't even executed perfectly, but it was executed fine. Like, look, it wasn't that, like, there are certain problems with it, but it was fine. Outside of that, I don't think there's a single thing that we can't look back on and say, look, that wasn't good. That was terrible. I wouldn't be that surprised if 2K tried to completely, if they bring win streak cards in on Friday, or some sort of crazy agenda cards. But that is one of the biggest problems I've always had, is that when 2K do something, they give us everything. Is that instead of like consistently giving us 1 to 2 things, they will give us everything at the one time. And I don't think that I think, again, that's a good short-term strategy, but it's not a good long-term. So I wouldn't be surprised to see something coming on tomorrow. Probably not tomorrow. See something big coming on Friday. Maybe next Monday, seeing like lifetime agenda cards. But I wanted to get this video out before any of that, because I know if I release this video right after 2K do something good, people are just going to say I'm complaining for sake of complaining. Even though, regardless of what 2K have done in the next week, my opinion won't change. Just like, again, warped reality, some really good things in Season 6 didn't change my opinion on that. My opinion's not really going to change on this. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Probably not the video a lot of you guys were expecting to see today, or probably a lot of you guys were. And probably not the content you expect. You probably thought I was going to be ranting for 30 minutes. But at the end of the day, there are certain videos where I just rant, but most of the time when I rant angrily about something, it's more so for entertainment purposes than anything else. Or I see an opportunity to rant and make a video a lot more funny with me ranting. But at the end of the day, like, this specific video is just that I hope that, especially coming into Season 5, because it's probably too short notice for Season 4, hope going into Season 5 that we see more of the stuff that made the likes of Season 5 and Season 7, and to an extent Season 3 last year. 3 of the seasons where we kind of liked them more than anything. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys see how I didn't mention the packs, because even though I think 2K did a really good job, like outside of the first 2 weeks where we got bum packs, from the Kobe packs onwards, we've gotten exceptional packs. New Year's resolution was an incredible idea. Bringing that back, I'm cool too getting good things in previous years, because at the end of the day, stuff that you need to buy with money, I don't care. You give out good things in packs, you give out bad things in packs. As long as they're not absolute bum packs, I'm cool with it. They're alright this season, but it doesn't matter. There was no rare reason to play. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.